Like, subscribe to the bell, and thanks for watching. So today is slightly different. I'm reading from the Guru. Never read from this before. It's called Cults and Gurus. Family denies Sedona Guru Kaia Ra's bizarre claim. This article is by B. Schofield, March 17, 2021. It says 18-minute read. So first thing I want to do is I want to look at the family structure of her. I've watched her not testimony, but more her stance about life on Alex's show. If you know who he is, you know who he is. He used to be in Hollywood directing, but now he doesn't. Family speaks about Divine Guru daughter. Okay, so this is her. This is her sister, mom evidently, dad, and son. Now, from the picture, these two look enthralled with, I don't know if you're happy they have the son or what, but this daughter here seems low frequency, disturbed. She seems not really thrilled about being part of this. Now, evidently this is Kaia. Sort of the same thing, but more survival mode. You can see she's survival mode. She's gonna smile through it all. She's gonna stay focused. This one here is like, she probably want to tear her parents' hair out. But the parents probably are programmed or indoctrinated to whatever they're indoctrinated to. He's so young that boys tend not to have as much intuition as girls. Girl avatars tend to have more intuition than boys for some reason. Parents may have thought that whatever they had the kids in was normal, assuming that they were already in it before he was born, and maybe they got in it after they were born. Who knows? I'll find out. But from the picture, it just looks like they're happy about whatever it is they're doing. They're satisfied with whatever they're doing. So let's go for it. It says here, Kaia Ra says she was raised in a QAnon-like satanic cabal and claims to be a world-renowned divine oracle. She sells jewelry. She says removes suicidal thoughts and trauma, and her followers think she rules over a tribe of cosmic Sophia dragons. Now she's building a temple in Sedona to reconsecrate the vortexes. So that's a lot right there. So I see her last name is Ra, Amun Ra, and that reminds me of Maju. But let's just say that just her name, okay? He said QAnon like satanic cabal. QAnon is a cabal. Yeah, it's a cabal. But let's look at QAnon for a moment, just to give some insight. I want to look at some images. Okay, so of course I did videos on this. This is theatrics. Showing this doesn't mean that I think these people are bad. Now I know this guy did a prayer to God, and it was actually a normal, sincere prayer that you would hear from anybody. I never heard of QAnon being where we go when we go off. Never saw QAnon as something actually negative. I always saw it as something informative, but I'm not part of the let's just like with the church. Generally, you think church is good for society, good for the community. However, inside the church, there's always the clique. So maybe the QAnon clique is what she's talking about. There's a clique, you know? Okay. And I know QAnon was giving out insight on, excuse me, on what was going on before, during, and after Trump became president. So it says here, the blood of our children is on your hands. Oh, during the calm. No more during the calm. Save our children. Now I'm talking today about the 88 million children missing. I think it was 88 million, 88,000. I can't remember at this moment. I have to go verify again. However, this makes sense right here. In the abyss, QAnon, and the media sphere. We know there's always a lot of agents, pastels, and pedophiles. MAA, Sophia, inside the mind. Let's look at this right quick. Then I'll go back to her story. Interesting. Inside the mind of QAnon, pastels, and pedophilia. Two experts of extremist radicalization take us down the QAnon rabbit hole, exposing how the conspiracy theory ensnared countless Americans and show us a way back to sanity. I'm not saying that you lose sanity because you're part of a group. You know, y'all know I don't care for group think, but let's continue. In January 2021, 1,000 decent. Okay, let's go to this part here because I'm not down with the Capitol January 6th theatrics thing. I'm not down with the story of it. I don't insurrection. No, and if it was one, it may have happened. May have happened when Trump told Pelosi and was it the mayor of Washington to get some troops in, and they were like, no, they like it didn't matter because they wanted this confusion, and it's sad that a lot of blues who are on the team blue in the story don't really care to know that this guy literally was like, can we get some National Guards in here? And then when the National Guard did show up, they really had them at ease laying down. I thought that was the craziest thing I've ever seen, them laying down. But let me stay on this regard. Okay, so Maya Bloom and Sophia, interesting she got the name of the Earth guy's name now, explains why the rise of QAnon should not surprise us. Believers have been manipulated to follow the baseless conspiracy. A lot of things have not been conspiracy, but anyway, the author tracked QAnon's unexpected leap from the darkest corners of the internet to the filtered glow of the Yoga Mama Instagram and the frenzy fed by the COVID-19. Now we know that this thing here, now we know there are lots coming out about the chaos that's happening because not of this, but because of the pow and the boo-boos after it. That's the problem. Because if you got this, you didn't die. Anyway, move forward. While QAnon claims to hate Hollywood, the book demonstrates how the Q's mythology is ripped from the movie and television plotline. So, in a way, everything's being used to create the story. It says the QAnon conspiracy theory has ensnared many women who identify as members of the pastel QAnon, answering the call to save children. Saving children is very important. So I will not sort of kind of to see this and to see this attached to it is mm, eh, yeah, yeah. It's like it's not it's like not far reaching. It's like it's not far reaching because why would we go to it? Why would sorry that was Stanford University too. Why would she say she was raising a QAnon like satanic cabal? If this QAnon, even though it has its good and evidently bad side, have the inner group and you have the outer group like at church. This QAnon evidently, from her remembrance, has a bad side to it because remember we just saw the pedophilia attached to the whole concept of QAnon, meaning the idea that pedophilia is talked about, whether QAnon is doing it or not, is right there. It's like she mentioned QAnon, and she's saying yes, there's evidently something. The way she was raised, the way she sees it as satanic, the way she sees it as a cabal, and it does have some inside information giving for sure. I mean, but of course it could have been CIA, Central or Catholic intelligence agents. You know, it could have been Lucifer's Jesuits. So it is what it is. So her talking about QAnon being a satanic cabal, I have to give her some credit for just the idea that it's not it's not something that's just made up. You know what I'm saying? Now anybody can say anything. We know all of these people that's part of this play can be part of the satanic anything. Yeah, he's representing Inky, the character Jesus. Pick a name. Awesome. I tried to video on this avatar in, what was it, in 2014, and they shut that down. Interesting. It's all a game. There's always a game. There's always a serpent. You know, Inky was considered a serpent because he was wise and he was a scientist. So, interesting. Supreme Court watch. What they watching? Let's see y'all real quick. I'm just being nosy if they take me there. Probably didn't take me there. Yeah. Alright. We're talking about a lot of stuff here. QAnon blood. Yeah, what's what this is? So, say new world order. Remember, there's one bird with two wings. So when they say, you know, oracle, and they trying to say like Trump, it's the whole group of them. You know, the Pizzagate stuff. You know, it's all of that. It's the Tel Aviv. Conspiracy conspiracy theorists, they do be spot on. They do be spot on. Of course, you know, Trump knew how to do some things to get where they're at. All of these people, remember I already said that these people are all related. So, and the people that's negative about this, well, they have a reason. But all of these people are connected. Nothing Nothing surprising here. Even Alex Jones, all of these are actors in the game. Yes, he was talking about all of this, but also he was acting like just his character was being drama. Being drama. So I'm just giving y'all a general overview of it. And remember, if MSNBC or CNN or Fox News tell you what something is, then most likely it's not that. Well, yeah. Thanks to my leadership, we are pretty prepared. That has to do with Anthony Fauci and all those people making money from it. So, I don't know how anybody can leave out these people. I just don't know how. Look at this child here. They're really playing their roles. I think if I said I was coming to play, I would abandon that role. They would get mad at me, but I would abandon it and say, "I'm sovereign, baby. I'm sovereign." So that's probably what she's talking about here. See, satanic cabal wants your children. Let's look into this right quick, because when the person just out of nowhere says, my parents been being wicked," and then you automatically say, "Oh no, that doesn't make any sense." That doesn't mean it's not true. So yeah, laptop, something, a camera, microchip, robots, AI, not human, robot, Scantron, charger, in charge of in charge of the alien ship, Lothman, Odyssey, and AI. Interesting. All of this, everything that we abide in is how you put it on the cup. Interesting. The game piece, probably JC, Inky, Duality, the fixed cosmos. Alright, so let's go on to I hate even just pointing out one person, because they're all let me click what I'm talking about now. They're all the problem in the game. But I would not totally just if you only knew how many groups there are that interesting. You got the Starbucks cup, which is another entity. Pizza, which represents body parts. This was the girl did on the airplane that was claiming she saw a being. The man wasn't real. She was doing that. Interesting. What is this? The world is about to change, and it's going to be wonderfully great. Interesting. Satan worshiping. Wow. And said all those positive words. So I think in every group there's always bad in every group. So this one says America's Satanic Panic returns, this time through prayer. It says the book was a bestseller. The Ponsder became the leading academic voice warning about the dangers of ritual abuse. He also began to consult with prosecutors in criminal trials, including a case that would spread fears of satanic abuse even farther around the country, the McMartin preschool trial. Gee whiz. May 27, 1990, a plate bearing a pentagram that was found at a McMartin's preschool. Parents said it could be part of a satanic ritual. So, yeah. But this is one of the most complicated things in society, seemingly, is to accept that, excuse me, that children are being absolutely taken advantage of on a whole nother level. It says here, they see themselves as heroic, says right, and how can you be heroic in today's world? Well, you protect the children. You protect the children against this cabal that is out to turn them into sex slaves. How could there be anything more important than that? So true, so true, so true, so true, so true. It's unclear how much support QAnon will continue to receive with Trump out of the White House. Polling is mixed, blah, 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 blah. So on one hand, it sounds like some people in this QAnon is trying to do right, and then there are other people who are maybe part of the problem. I would have to say that everything there's always this thing here, the tree. It's a hierarchy of Earth, where would Earth be sitting at? Maybe here. I have to go look and see. Earth or whatever. And all of these different entities. Let's see where Yahuwah's name is at. Yahweh. Should be somewhere. I don't see it. Interesting. Well, that character's name's supposed to be in there, but I don't quite see it. I know I haven't seen it in a minute, but I shouldn't be that unfamiliar with it. I just want to see it. Thank you. The Tree of Life. Evidently, all of these planets have something to do with all of these stars or energies have something to do with our bodies. The root. This is the problem with the ABC Mafia here. This, they just really messing themselves up. Skull. Before QAnon satanic panic. Before QAnon satanic panic with Central Texas. People are always taking advantage of other people. And it doesn't matter, you could have footage and they'll still say, oh no, there's nothing to it. Oh no. I'm not going to say everyone that's attached to QAnon is part of what she's saying. But I'm not going to deny that this bullcrap stuff does happen. Somebody said this is idiotic. The Jewish media does not control your mind. We have water advocates for that. Goodness gracious. Gee whiz. So true. Was outrageous lies about So let's go back to her story. Let me spend some time on her. And see, what I'm trying to do is establish a baseline that my mind can flux with. Not that I'm making any judgment on whether her reality, her memory is true or not. Is it plausible that what she's saying could be true? Is it possible? At this point, yes. At this point, yes. Does it mean that QAnon is a satanic cabal? There's a United States of America, and then there's the United States of America, and you think they're the same thing, but they're not. So there's a QAnon and people who want to save the children. Then there's a QAnon that seems like it's using the concept of saving children to get children. It's just like my neighbor works for the juvenile system, and she's a straight pervert. So she has access to children. Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. Something like that. I call her sweet and low. Exactly. So she sells jewelry. She says removes suicidal thoughts. So let's see. Jewelry that removes suicidal thoughts. So let's do. Because you know it's easy for people to criticize people. Oh, that sounds silly. You know, that's probably not the person wrote it like that. So you know, I'm like, I need to make sure that I keep okay. Hope jewelry. And I think also that's why people get tattoos. Your breath. You're enough. Okay. Now, if they're not talking about this kind of jewelry, well, evidently, this is some jewelry that encourages people. And this evidently is a jewelry that can save your life. But she's probably talking about crystals and stuff like that. And we are all energy, so I can't. We're all spirit, so I can't say it's not true. So I'm just verifying. I know that they're sort of kind of being naughty when they're saying, "Oh, she sells jewelry that what is it that removes suicidal thoughts." This jewelry, my story isn't over yet. This jewelry encourages, and that can be something that actually can help with depression and anxiety and suicide. Right here it says, look at this. Hearts, semicolon, this necklace for depression, anxiety, suicidal survivors, mental health awareness. I don't know what to say, but it's actually jewelry that's for this. Gifts for suicide survivors. Y'all, I mean, when you first just hear something off the cuff, oh, she just blah 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 blah. Well, well, I'd be lost without you. Well, see what I'm saying? Yeah. Okay, so let's move on. That's verified. I'm just a person that I'm logical. However, even in all my logic, I'm aware. I'm aware. So I like to use my heart, my mind, all the chakras, everything. You know, keeping my feet in a right path or a righteous path, meaning, you know, walking away from bull crap. You know, I'm not wasting my time on bull crap because I'm not a low energy being. I'll look at it. Okay. Interesting. Done. Out of here. Okay, so let's move forward. So you know, she sells jewelry. She says removes suicidal thoughts and trauma from her followers, and her followers think she rules over a tribe of cosmic Sophia dragons. So let's look at the tribe of cosmic Sophia dragons. The Sophia Dragon tribe includes many beloved and recognizable figures from humanity's rich fabric, blah, blah, blah. So this is her Sophia code cosmology. And it's sold on Amazon. But let's look at some visuals. Look at some visuals. I saw, this is the, looks like the dragon that China deals with. Don't know. Let's look. Sophia Dragon Tribe. Oopsie. Let's look at it. Divine Feminine Locust Guided Meditation. So Locust. See what I'm saying? Asian. I already knew it was Asian because I used to watch a lot of videos, movies, episodes, like big time, 75 episodes in one go. You know, not at one time, but like a series. And some series will have 75 episodes. And my husband and I, it would take us sometimes 3 weeks to watch it, but we love stories of commitment and adventure and challenges and power struggle and, you know, yeah. Okay, so the dragon. I know it's somewhere it says in Revelation, it talks about the dragon. Draconic soul frequency. Draconians. Strong God is just strong. Let's look at this one. This is like, it's like the Egyptian. Interesting. This Egyptian. You know, a lot of these cosmic humanoids / beings are just revamps of old names. You know, they're just using different names. Just using different names. Interesting. I've seen that on a wall before in Egypt, I think. Okay, so these beings do have their place in history. DNA, light code, activation from the earth, dragon warrior, light training, dragon training, $1,000. Interesting. Horus necklace, that's like the pineal gland in your head. What does this remind me of? The movie with the dinosaurs. I can't remember it now. Never ending story. Y'all look at my some of my my other channels. Some of y'all may not see this. That's my other channel, 2 channels. But on just if this is the propaganda channel, look and see the first few videos I did. I did an explanation of Never Ending Story and how it was trying to explain the books opening up your third eye, encapsulating you. So yeah, this is the person that has the wings over the, this is the crocodile or the, interesting. You know, and I think she probably is okay with the dragons because she suffered a lot. And so, and I think in every group of beings or humanoids, there are always the good, the bad, and the ugly, you know what I mean? So Sophia would be the earth dragon tribe, the dragon tribe. So, this is something that's actually I think that as long as people don't worship her, don't um, as long as they seek. Okay, look at this. I don't know what she was doing here, and I don't want to judge this person. Um, this could be her. I'm not sure. But when hands lifted and eyes closed, uh, um, I would tell, people, um, don't do it. 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 Because if you're going within to deal with your sovereign self, catch it. Turn those hands to your chest. And bow that head down to your chest. Just correct a few things so that you can focus on you. The eternal you that knows all, sees all, can predict all. Huh? Yeah. Alright. So we see that this is definitely something that's useful for those who definitely see it as exciting. I like her hairstyles. This dragon always comes on the intro of movies I watch. I just can't get past it. It's like, yeah. And some people use the dragon for good, and some use it for evil. I shouldn't say good and evil. I should say some use it for bettering a situation, and then others use it for deteriorating a situation. Because who am I to call something evil? So what is this? She's come out of a lot. I'm going to look at that. Yes, I can. Interesting. This looks like this old ancient things. The Egyptian goddess Isis opens wings, stature 13 inches. Yep, there are females and male avatars who have wisdom knowledge. And some people like the idea of it because they drop some information to them that's useful. And see that up here, there's a picture of where the person in the box up here. Sometimes people be so low that whoever rescues them from the horrible situation is considered worthy to be listened to. You know, this is what you want to listen to. So these are definitely old beings. Old beings. This right here is interesting. It reminds me of neutrality. Of course, it's complementary circles, but this neutrality is where you have a little negative and a little positive. Star Child, Orgonite, benefits physical, brings better sleep, more energy, emotional, mood balance, and spiritual. I would encourage everybody to try to do it on your own without other stuff. Like if you can work yourself to just to speaking and knowing, seeing it manifest. You don't have to beg it. I guess these could be shortcuts, you know what I'm saying? Shortcuts. They're like cool. What is this? Holographic special effect. Kaia, well. Interesting. What's this? Demons never leave. Demons never leave. Pain by Kaia Wapata. That sounds like a clue, doesn't it? Sounds like a clue. Someone that instantly deeply connected with this lovely soul's artwork. Oh boy, let's see. Every time I try. Mm. 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 I've never understood the concept of being infatuated with death. Like the decaying, the hopeless look of death, like the hopelessness of it, like, you know. I was just never, when they say, oh, beautiful, this, that, and the other. I know some people that are infatuated with that, but also it's because a lot of times people are into alcohol and things that alter your frame of mind. I think the more you dwell on stuff like these imageries, the more it can cause you to go into a spiral of depression. This reminds me of Alice in Wonderland. And I'm not saying a lot of these people aren't suffering, and that's the reason why they like this. If this disturbs you, I do apologize, but this is what torture leads people to, you know. That's what it leads them to. It's like they feel they're just empty avatars. I think this is what some of these artists are saying. They're just empty avatars. See, this is why you need parents that are warriors of endurance, warriors of the light, really like warriors of protecting you, you know, because sometimes people don't know all that they've done in their lives, because, you know, let's say reincarnation is really a thing. A lot of people have done some things that maybe they can't get away from, you know. A zombie, just a vessel. See, stitches in the mind. Just. I think people that go through extreme suffering, if they do not disconnect from the tragedy and say, you know what, I remember one boy said he Queen Elizabeth gave up on him because he just refused to be afraid anymore. You know, I think that's what she's doing. She's decided not to be afraid anymore, you know. It's good for her. You know. What is this? Interesting. You can take back your words by seeing yourself taking them back. My life is not as together as it seems. It can be. It can be. I will wait for a sign from you. And make the sign. Don't wait. Alright, so the dragon thing is definitely. I remember someone related to me brought in a figurine in the house. It was several figurines, but it looked more like, where's this figurine? It looked more like it was a cute figurine, but it looked more like this one, but not so feisty. You know, the thing up there. And I went to sleep that night, and as I was sleeping, I saw the thing get up and start walking in the house. And so in the dream, I was looking around the corner, looking to see what it was doing. So the next morning, I got up, I walked over to the room and told the person that was staying. They weren't staying with us long term. Told the family member, hey, get this stuff out my house. What stuff? Those figurines. Get it out my house. Because it has energy. I'm not, and it probably wasn't bad intentions, you know what I'm saying? However, no thank you. Double dragon. This is for my husband. That's for my husband. I want him to see this. Because my husband likes the concept of dragons too. He does. Dungeons and Dragons. What is that? Is that something? I don't know if my husband played Dungeons and Dragons, but I know he played where they fight dragon. I don't know. I don't think it was called that. But anyway. But it was Super Nintendo. Because I remember as children, my brothers used to play that. They were much younger than me, about like maybe 10 years. They used to play this. Alright. So, alright. So we have a clear understanding of that. Look, I haven't made it far, have I? That's duality. She's in lockdown. He's in the middle. He's in darkness. She's on the lock, and she's in the gray area. But she's in a different gray than him. She's more earth, and he's more. Yes, in the web. Yes, my love. Good. That's Eleazar, if y'all wondering who it is. Say hey, Eleazar. Hey. He said hey, y'all. Alright, so put some love emojis for Eleazar, y'all. Thank you. So, talking about this article is making more sense now. I have to put inside of my knowing more information so that I can tell myself to go and know something, and then I'll know it. Now she's building a temple in Sedona okay, so a temple in Sedona. Interesting. Okay. So this would be a temple. Okay. Interesting. And this is Sedona. So evidently Sedona. There's a temple down here. Interesting. I guess it's just something that's actually done. Interesting. How Arizona looking? Crystal tones, alchemy bowl, and a stunning combination of crown violet and come in open for you. I thought I had some scissors. Look in the drawer. Let me get the scissors for you. Alright. I'm just cutting open something for my kiddo. You know how it is when I do videos. I don't even stop the video. I just do what I'm gonna do. Because everything I do is really just about caring, sharing. So this is humming sound healing. Interesting. What you need, Baba? A bowl. Use a let me find some. Let's see what this is. Sedona Peace Park. I'm a better picture. I'm gonna give y'all the juice if you're interested. Dylan. Sedona Vortex Energy. So that's what she was talking about. Trying to help the earth. This reminds me what is this? That's the I'm trying to think what deity or what Elohim had this. This is like, I thought it was one of the Anunnaki. Anyway. Interesting. Alright, so let's move off that. So let's look at the vortexes. You probably saying, really? Y'all know how I am. It doesn't even matter if I know about something. I'm still going to. You gotta look. You gotta, see what people doing. You got to see. You can't just sit there behind a camera or a computer and fuss. You got to see. Mm-hmm. Mm. For me, I think I do more work if I play this game with an understanding that in all aspects of it I have control and I'm sovereign and I don't worship or bow anything or anybody. The only thing I think different about me when it comes to a lot of other people who are aware is I don't do a lot of things that are known to do. It's sort of, I don't do what credence or Christians do. I don't do what they do. I definitely don't do what those who are into Satanism do. Because I'm a free person, I'm really sovereign of sovereign. I am, baby, that I am. You know what I'm saying? I am that I am. For me, I know the part I play is very, 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 very useful for wherever I'm stationed at. And I'll anytime I've had to move my location, that's when the ones that you don't supposed to see always show up. I move somewhere. Hey, you see the drones, you see the vehicles sitting outside your house. You see them trying to, intimidate. And you be like, and then they move on. You wave, oh, how you doing? I see you. I see you. And you laugh at them. I see you. Because my declaration is no one moves me out of this game. I'm the only one that can move me out of this game. No weapon, no trouble, no conspiracy ever that's been formed or spoken against me has ever been able to accomplish that which is set out to do, because I'm always on time, moving around, baby, moving around. Always. So that's what I give to the game, knowing that I'm always on time. And when I make a decision, and I've calculated this decision, and my knowing knows that, hey, you have done everything you're supposed to do with this situation, move on. I'm going to show y'all a video with my orthodontics visit that I had to do that because everybody was doing mass formation. And I was like, wow, I'm not going to be in mass formation here. Not going to be a zombie. Woo. And one of those secretaries was very, very iffy. And he had skulls on either side, crystal skulls on either side of their desk. And I was like, what is this, Indiana Jones? What is this, the place of the skulls? What is this? What? I was like, what the hell? Come on, people, what the hell? Interesting. The gateway. I think a lot of people are definitely looking to leave the game, but not leave the game in, with anxiety on your mind, but just leave the trance, leave the spell, leave the game. But make sure you do what it is that's don't be a chicken about life, you know what I'm saying? Vortex Church. Evidently this is I would assume it has to do with the equinox in the earth, in the plane of the earth, the flat plane of the earth. We shall see. You never know. Maybe maybe they'll talk about it. Interesting. Hiking the Lower Sand Cove Trail, aka the Vortex. And of course, in the movie about Godzilla, they show vortexes. They put it in plain sight all the time. So, in saying that, two-story histories, deadly storm, unspeakable war in the ocean. Vortexes evidently have their place. So, these Scorpios are author in the book. Didn't I just see this person's? Okay. Honey, Lucifer, one reporter searched for cults and demons. Interesting. Now, Lucifer is who the Vatican serves, the serpent. So, of course, the serpent is Inky. And Inky is the one that spliced our DNA, the genome. And, of course, even though Enlil always says, I am that I am, Inky's DNA, the 10565, is what is marked in people's genome, the DNA. However, there are a lot of humanoids. I mean, of course, we know related to them, we call them brothers, sisters. Like I be telling Enlil, bro, come on, bro. That's the one they call Yahweh. Come on, bro. Because it's just a brother, just like Inky, I be saying Inky must have made Diddy. Because Inky a hot mess. Has his kindness, but that experimenting. He probably say, I'm misunderstood. They crucified me. They put me on the tree. They turned me into a serpent. That sounds like Yahushua or Jesus, right? Yeshua, right? That's what it sounds like, Joshua. Okay. In the clefts of the rocks. Let's see here. So it says David Santoro calls fond memories growing up in a small town, Midway, Massachusetts, in the 1990s with his sister Colleen. We enjoyed being kids, he told me during an interview. We took the train to Boston to skateboard and shop for records. We went to hardcore punk shows and hung out constantly. Hard rock punk shows. So let's look at that. Because he said they were being kids, right? So why would your parent let you go to something like that? I'm just asking. Not now. Let's look at some images. So, I know some say that what they're hollering and screaming about is wanting to be free. Interesting. So, they're talking about their journey. Somebody told me, yes, your journey. Yes. I hear you. But you also have to think about what is the undertone. What's the vibration underneath? We see the black and white duality floors. We see that. We know what that is, right? You do know what that is, right? So, we're feeding something. So this is what the people in Illuminati do that stuff too. Interesting. I know someone that totally is into, I guess, sort of this, and that person used to not be on any medication, and once they started listening to this stuff, they're on medication. So you can have the right message, stop the war machine for genocide. I get that, but I don't think they understand that low frequency also is part of the distortion. Yes, a social distortion. He said to themselves, but they don't understand. I understand people want to look Egyptian. Interesting. So we're just going over what this person says is. I got tongue out again. Remind me of Katy Perry there. It doesn't even matter what race. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter what race. If I threw in here some African stuff, y'all probably would pass out because you would see the similarity in those people that do some stuff over there, do some of the same stuff. Alright. So we see that. So he says, hung out constantly. Interesting. They even shared a bedroom for several years when younger. During the summer, he and Colin would travel to their grandmother's beach house in Plymouth. We'd go nearly every weekend for 3 or 4 days, he told me. We'd have bonfires on the beach. Cousin Eric and Jamie would be there. It was a blast. Now, a lot of time the younger siblings do not recall, like the oldest siblings. I was the second oldest out of 7, and I can recall way more things and memories in life than my sister, who's 2 years older than I am. They were like, how do you remember that? How do you remember that? My mom even asked me this year when I was telling her about some things that I recall, good, bad, and the ugly. Then she was like, but how do you remember it? And I'm like, how do you forget? So just because one child does not recall and one child does, that doesn't negate the one that does. Well, Billy here says he doesn't remember that. No, I'm not saying his name Billy, but I'm just saying, I'm using that as an example. Let's see what his name is. Anyway, David? Okay. David remembers not much and she remembers a lot. But it definitely depends on what kind of personality you are, and how much karma or how much retention you have with freeing yourself. Like, if do you have enough stamina already built up in your awareness to where you're going to retain stuff because you didn't lose everything the last time. For those who believe we come back because of the number 8 perpetual cycle of bullcrap. Yeah. I mean, it's not all bullcrap. I mean, I enjoy myself more than not. You know what I'm saying? Life for me is wonderful because I deem it so, and that's why. Because if I go into the mindset of, oh, look at the government, oh, look at how they mess up our food, and oh, they're painting the sky once again with cloud seeding and chemtrail and aluminum and barium, you know, gee whiz, oh, look at all these people come over here and they're getting free stuff and the country's going broke, you know. Yeah, you have to just really say, not me. The whole world can be around me going mad and crazy. I'm just not going to go there with you. My reality says that's not for me. No sir, no ma'am. Alright, let's move forward. So, Colleen had a normal, happy childhood, David assured me. No one can speak for anyone else. David, if you ever hear me, Santoro, you can't speak for your sister. And I see this in love, bro. You cannot speak for someone else's reality. He says she sang in chorus, played in the Midway Valley High School volleyball team. I was in an Amnesty International type club. They shared the same art teacher, Mrs. Seidler, whom they both love. Okay, you can both love the same person. You can go to the same art teacher. She can be in these clubs. She can play volleyball, blah, 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 and be in a chorus choir, whatever. And she can have a 32 on her ACT and be the most renowned person in the school, and yet you don't understand the trouble she sees. See. During a phone call, C's mother told me she had a good upbringing. Interesting. Her younger sister, who grew up in the same house, also confirmed during an interview that Colleen, I think I'm saying her name wrong, but anyway, raised in a relatively normal middle-class home, relatively. Let's look at that. Relative, in relations. Relatively. Comparison or proportion to something else. So relatively normal in comparison to other people that was around. Interesting. Let's look at this. Synonyms: nearly, rather, somewhat, weak, matches, proportionately, to some extent. So Colleen was raised relatively, proportionately, normal, middle class home. That doesn't mean much. Nowadays, Colleen has cut off contact with David and the entire family. The last time I heard from her, and this was years ago, was F you and F your unborn son. David told me. He had sent a few pictures of his kids to her, thinking she might enjoy them. She responded with a 14-page cease and desist order, but he didn't recognize the name on the form. It was Kaia. So I think her disconnection with her brother may be in regards to him saying that her memory isn't her memory. And David, when you tell someone that what they recall isn't what they recall, you're saying that your recognition or your recall is the recall. And she may not cuss you out now, but she cussed you out because you were pretty much being righteous, self-righteous, like like she knows what she knows, and you're not understanding that she knows what she knows. I don't even know how to say it. It's like, bruh, she knows what she knows. And sometimes family wants you in their life sometimes because they feel that that's the program, that's what they're supposed to have. So, but I don't know David's purpose. And sometimes people use strong words in order for you to just leave them alone. She said, the writer said, I asked David about Cohen's past because under her new identity as a self-proclaimed world-renowned divine oracle, Kaia has made shocking allegations about her upbringing to her tens of thousands of spiritual followers on social media. Okay, let's see. World-renowned divine oracle. Let's see some examples. Images, please. Okay, let's look at these here. This reminds me of an Asian movie I saw. Just does. And you have to also remember that she, well, what's the, let me go back to the name again. I must just call it K-Ra. That K-Ra has a connection with the unveiled world. So it's not just her you're dealing with, it's those that stabilize her mind, that help her get through this life, that show compassion and genuine love. You say they don't love her because they're not her family. That's not how it works. Are these cards or something? Just because someone comes through the same vessel here you come, that doesn't mean that your allegiance must be to them. That's just a program. And the way she sounds now, if you say, that's her memory. That's what she recalls. I'm sure her and David weren't together. K-Ra and David weren't together all the time. Yes, that is my spouse. Let me pause this video for a moment. You can't label everything demons. You know what I'm saying? It would be so easy, so easy. That's the like the indigenous Native American. You just you can't call anything devil. Because sometimes people like monarch butterflies. Because sometimes people are trying to explain what they see. The people indulge in things to see the other realms. So if you don't indulge in anything to see all the energy and light around you just may not know. You may not know. The people say, well, you just need to believe on him. That's who you need to believe on him. Believe on him and you shall be blah, blah, blah. He's one of these characters too. He just has a different name. Well, he still keeps part of the name, but he has an ancient name, which is like Inky. So this is what I was talking about earlier. You see it? When I saw her here, I almost thought she was an AI or a clone. But you definitely can tell that K-Rob, she has been through something traumatic. She really has. And those personalities that want to be on the earth uh, to get it out of foolishness. There may be some folks that want to come here and help. They've been here, but you know what I'm saying. Anyway, there's an oracle cards for inspiration. You know, there's this other oracle. Let's call it. You know, so we'll understand the matrix. So we'll understand that this isn't. Yeah, why does she look different? Let's see. Yeah, I'm getting distracted now. Why does Arthur look different? Makes you explain. Two different women. That's why she look different. It's just joking. This is 2023. So it may have been two different women, just two different seasons in the Matrix Revolution 2023. Just passed away. Okay. They could have found somebody to look more like her. They didn't try. So in the Matrix, the article was someone in the game that was helping Neo her name was actually Mary Alice, okay. This person anyway, helping Neo to go within, to know the Christ mind, not be a Christ, not be a personality like Jesus or something like that, but just know yourself, your sovereignty. There's always those watching when you get help. So these would be when he goes into this world, and when he goes into this world of seeing, they get to see these beings, and these articles help them. However, you gotta understand. I don't know why they put that on there, because I just see the true evil of the article revealed. Oh, they so wrong for that one. They're the real villain. He's the kind that you think they're woke because they know everything. Like, let's say like Alex Jones, or you think like Trump. We know Biden and them are villains, but they're playing roles. They look so innocent. They look so angelly, but they're just playing a role. They're just playing a role. And then her smoking that cigarette and stuff. Yeah, that's very peculiar. Very peculiar. Let's look at this. We can never see past the choices we don't understand. Yeah, well, until things play out, sometimes you don't understand. So you can't see the purpose of it. But if you don't try to see past it and you just be in the moment, that's great too. She reminds me of, how can I ease the pain when I know it's coming back again? That female, what is her name? Anyway, yo. So you got the Matrix World, 7. Program World, the 6 between. Architect, the source, article. Interesting. So articles would sit in. Now it's the next part 2. See, this is what I was talking about, the hierarchy I don't play this. Oh girl right here, listen to me. Oh girl right here not going through all this. Oh girl not going through all this. Kitter, the source. Some people say I knew the source. Nope. Not playing the game like that. Because hierarchy, no ma'am, no sir. I'm sovereign, I am that I am. And I think that's where everybody needs to get to. Love, appreciate, learn, stumble and fall along the way. Appreciate your stumbling and falling. Forgive, love, walk on. But by no means, hierarchy, nothing. No way. Ain't happening. Not happening. And I was saying earlier in the video, way earlier, that there's a difference between me and many people who are aware and know about your sovereignty. I'm just not down with thinking that someone else can get me somewhere. There's nowhere for me to be but be. I'm being, and that's enough. See? I'm loving these moments, and that's sure enough enough. See? And if I, in my sovereignty, in being that I am, just being that I am is enough, then I don't need to look to anybody else that's being to be me, to enjoy me. See? I'm not saying anyone's wrong for wanting to partake in being an article, or partake in bowing and serving and giving your allegiance to someone. That's not for me to tell you what to do with your life. See, I would love to enlarge this. It's just not going to be right, are they? It's just terrible. Oh, I'm blocking it. Well, let me get it off of it because it's a different language. And I'm not that enthralled into wanting to know. Let's read this. It says, what was this? Harry Potter Confessions. Interesting, weird. I watched the Matrix trilogy last weekend, and there were several elements that reminded me of the moments of HP, like the train station between worlds, and the whole scene with the Oracle predicting the breaking of a vase. It was very similar to Trelawney predicting Neville breaking the cup. Yeah, a lot of these people that make these movies, they our storylines repeat some of the same concepts. You know? Yeah. Interesting. Same kind of storylines and stuff like that. Let's look at this right quick. I thought I clicked it. The article. And is there a purpose to the video? No, not really. Take a cookie. The Oracle. Draw a card. You may heal a strike from a player. I promise. By the time you're done eating it, you will feel right as rain. Interesting. Know thyself. Act 2. Extra. Know thyself. Warner Brother make these cards? Warner Brother Entertainment. Interesting. This is like 2023? Interesting. I didn't even know these things exist. Let's look at this. Don't worry about the vase. Draw a card. You may defect a card. Defeat a card in your hand, or discard pile. What's really going on? What's really going to take y'all? I'm looking at something that's not as big as what y'all seeing. Okay, y'all, yours may be bigger than what I'm looking at. Okay, what's really going to bake your noodles later on is, would you still have broken it if I hadn't said nothing? So she did it. Draw a card. You can scan any space. You've got the gift, but it looks like you're waiting for something. Know thyself. Right. So when you give access to others to you, you're saying that you don't have the gift, and that your gift comes from influx of others. Is that right? Is that wrong? Well, that's not something that needs to be said right or wrong. Is it Is it? I would say, is it something that's going to make you an independent individual in this game to be able to move on your own? Doesn't seem like it. However, I know in time everybody releases and let go of helps. So for some people, I don't know how deep your well has been. I don't know how deep um, K Raw, that's what I'm calling her, well has been. So I don't know how deep her well has been. So I cannot judge why she needs all the assistance. I heard some of her testimony. Yeah. Let's look at this one. All I'm offering is the truth. Challenge. Reveal. Put this in operation. When this and how deep the rabbit hole goes have both been completed at one in part two. What is the matrix at one? All I'm offering is the truth. So he's offering the truth, but he's offering a red pill or a blue pill. It reminds you of Republican Democrat, don't it? So you can go back to sleep with, I think it's the blue pill, be part of the mass formation, be part of the communist socialist agenda, be part of the childlike mind, which that would be on the pyramid. Anything that's on the pyramid, anything that's on the Illuminati pyramid, from religion to governments to police, all of it. And then the red would be supposedly the opposite. It's going into conspiracy. It's going into, you're going to find out some stuff, and you're going to find out some stuff, and you're going to find out some stuff. And can you handle the stuff you found out? Because you making stuff and just looking at the stuff and never go within and look at yourself. So it's sort of kind of a touch of both. It's be in the world, the blue, as they say, but don't be of the world, And then you got the red, where you don't want to be so heavenly minded that you're no earthly good. You don't want to be this is the right way, this is the only way, that you're no good for the game. You know what I'm saying? Because with the blue, there is no right way. They just do what they want to do. In the red, this is the only way. This is the only way. So it's sort of kind of got to be in the middle, where it's like, I'm not worried about the only way, and I'm not worried about looking up to anybody to give me anything. Interesting. I've spent my entire life looking for you, Morpheus, the Matrix. You may scan any space. If there are no face-down cards in the Matrix row, you may draw a card instead. So it's like he's trying to harness energy here, right? That's the yin and the yang. You spend your whole entire life looking for who? You're looking for yourself. Morpheus Reloaded, Revolutions, Towering Leap, Trump Tower. Once this turn, when you gain a hero, you may put it on top of the deck. So it's leaping from the tower, and he's a hero in a way. So that's like Trump Tower, Trump for the hero in this game. He need to get knocked out. Let me see this. Fight through. HEL, Morpheus Reality Revolution. Coordinate. When you coordinate this, instead of drawing a card, put this hero back into your hand at the end of the turn. 13, 9, 4, 13. Look at anything else. Ship captain, infiltrate. Lock, defenders of Zion. Interesting. The one, Neo. Let's look at this one. That's the yin and the yang, 6 and the 9. Says the one Neo, the Matrix, Legendary CCG Matrix, and one Neo, the Matrix. What does the card say? My goodness. I don't want to pay attention. Once this turn, you may resolve your avatar's ability for the current act. Skip all strike phases until your next turn. Your avatar. Interesting. Let's look at this real quick. In this scene of the movie Matrix, actor Kenneth Reed didn't take any help of CGI or any kind of VFX. He literally stopped all the bullets with his own hand. Yeah, bullets. I think I'm supposed to do that. Let's see. No, this one's funny. I wish I had the power of Neo, then I could stop. You can't stop it with the thing neither. You have to just have. They just call it where it's naturally Neo. That was funny. Okay, well, let's move on from that. This is how I deal with everything. I'm not trying to make a decision about her or David. However, I am making decisions, but I'm not making decisions to condemn anybody or to call anybody a liar. It's just there's always this blue and red thing going on in the dance. There's always this, well, David may have remembered this way, she remembered it that way, because we're not in the same realities. You would think we actually are, but everybody, you can say one thing, pass it around the room with 30 people, and by the time it get back to you, it will not be the same thing, because some people aren't paying attention, and some people didn't even know how you said you were going to do it, and woo, that's all I can say. I've done the experiment before with that idea, and believe me, all one person has to do is just act a fool. There's always going to be somebody who just don't care. They just don't care to pay attention. Oh, I thought. That's how they do. Anyway, let's see. Kaia has many shocking allegations about her upbringing to her tens of thousands of spiritual followers on social media. You know, there are people that follow her on social media. I just subscribed to her today in order to hear her thoughts. And I think they're reaching. You're reaching. A lot of time when people follow people on social media, a lot of time initially it's for entertainment purposes. It's like, talk to me. It's not, oh, I worship you. Okay. It's like, no. I just heard about you on July 1st. Who are you? What is going on? You're saying some stuff I already know about, and I didn't have to go through the past. She had to go to know about it. I sort of kind of been through enough to know enough. So it's like the good, the bad, and the ugly. You know, when you balance those things. You know, some people go through the whipping post of Enlil and Enki. You know, Yahweh, and Yeshua, Jesus, Joshua, Yahushua. You know, some people feel it's gonna be Come on. That could be wrong too. All that could be wrong. It could be original name than that, you know? Been around a long time, people. Okay, so it says, for the first 18 years of my life, I was systematically tortured and raped on a daily basis, she said in a video published on YouTube. In several videos and posts, she claimed to have been inducted into a military-run satanic pedophile cabal where she witnessed innumerable children murdered. Are we talking about that today? With these 88,000 children missing? Hot dog and pizza gate. With these pedo islands. Everybody got an island. Jay-Z got an island. This one got an island. That one has an island. Oh, you know, somebody lives in Arizona. Will Smith lives in Arizona, way out. Is he just live in Arizona? He lives somewhere in the desert. Him and Jada Pickett now with their engagements, which she has every right to, because her husband has had many engagements, if that's even him at this point. No lie. Okay, so in order to do their acting roles, a lot of these people really embody themselves with other people to play these roles. You know, these people that they allow to come in and play these roles for them, get the, you know, really ultimately get the glory. These people are just, I'm gonna say it, you're taking the cheap way out. You say embody me so I can blah 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 blah. You just, oh. Anyway, let's move forward, because everybody's different. Okay, so she says, it says in several videos and posts, she claims to have been inducted into a military-run satanic pedophile cabal, where she witnessed innumerable children murdered. So let's see, can we find a military-run satanic cabal? Ooh, I hope I can. This would be beautiful for just clarification, because I'm not saying it don't exist. You know what I'm saying? Oh, girl, right here, not no foe. Okay, because there's a lot. Yeah, Sound of Freedom was trying to expand upon it. Let's look at Sound of Freedom. This guy right here, I know he felt really bad when the real personality wasn't as legit, you know, and he had already played the character Jesus, and so it's like it really felt you could tell in his heart he felt bad. I could just pick it up. Sound of Freedom director says Jim Caviezel's QAnon comment hurt my work. You have to also think about who gave the money. So maybe he was trying to indicate something. Sometimes people say stuff. Your silence is definitely save our children. Interesting. 800,000 children missing per year. And yes, that's what I was saying. A hidden 150 billion industry. I want to be part of the generation. So in a way, you got people that are advocating save the children, but then you also have those that it's like you have a cover up. You have those in the out front that really are sincere and they love the mission, they love the blah blah blah. But then you have the ones in the background. It's just like with the popes and the bishops and stuff. They do all the raping and pillaging, and then they have all the faithful followers doing all the giving money and sincerity and this and this and this. Yeah. People. Yeah. You know, when you see this, you think, oh, well, some people, oh, this dude's great. It's not. It's just made to look like that. See, I would think that this guy would be part of that cabal. You know what I'm saying? Part of that cabal. And yes, true. This stuff, that can't prevent anything. Just, I love that. Because this character here, genocidal maniac, I tell you. Matt Martin. And when it deals with Hollywood, there's no need to even arguing about. There's no need to arguing about. If you remember, Trump is associated with Black Rock, and I think Biden's associated with Black Stone, if I'm not mistaken. So we already know Biden is clearly pedo for sure. And Trump's character, he's just typical Hollywood. Got the typical Hollywood issues. I'm not saying it's the same issues like Bill, or what's his name is, Bill Cosby, or Russell Brand, you know. So, some occult. So there's confusion on purpose, but like I heard her say one time that there are a lot of different groups. So it's like that in order to bring confusion and delay. Pizzagate, child traffic, Epstein Island, adrenochrome, underground sex trafficking tunnels, corpocracy, kill your TV, engineered disease, sheep asleep, weaponized food, CIA drug and weapon trafficking, stage mass shooting, RH will, dark will, PCK, ritual sacrifice, shh, Maria Harish, blackmail, Clintons and Rothschilds, the global elite, seal indictment, save the children, world gold heist, 4D chess, arrest the globe, release free energy, the Earth Alliance, planetary grid system, and light lines, dense energy cloud, solar system. Can I click on this and make this bigger, or they not gonna let me do it? I'll just make it bigger for y'all. All planets in the solar system are heated up. Everything you learned in school is wrong. We got a lot here, which I do agree with. 80% of what I'm reading. Pyramid. The Philadelphia experiment, 1943. I'm gonna have to look at some of this. Moonfolk, Looking Glass Project, look about that. Lockheed Martin, Ancient Something. Q1, Private Military Intelligence, Destroyer, Numbers, New World, Psychological Thought Line. Wow. Geothus, the RCA, James Swift, iPads, Preliminary Guidance, Human Map, Super, Nuclear, CIA House, Space Force, Travelers, in the Fed, Trust the Plan, Power the White Rabbit, Alexander, in Human Trafficking, Q-Plot, Release Free Energy. Ooh, this video, is it gonna even make it if AI hear this? AI, AI might blow up just to hear this. Arrest pedophiles, countries, anime, 32. I saw what you said. Like privacy, info class recovery, surgery, YouTube, community, Twitter, DX, see, Godfather, secret underground bases, Snowden and Silent, Donate to take over, Jump Gate to Mars, Facebook, CNN, Google, Amazon, Photos, Big Banks, Big Pharma, Pay, GMO, chemtrails, fake news media, false flags in the land, Whitfield analysis, sheep asleep, 1984, HFCs. Whoo, I know about a lot of this already. Man. Y'all know I'm coming into something a little bit larger, so I can see if I can see everything. Really, Area 51, deep underground bases. So they're not giving me everything I want to see. So everything's just good, bad, and ugly. But from my observation, I think she has a valid perspective. So much, so much, so much, so much. So much. Interesting. We already know there were agents in the crowd. I don't know what day this was. What is this? Well, who is these people? You know, I ain't got nothing. What is this? He is high up in U.S. military intelligence and goes by the code Q. His movement is known as that. He works with the 45th to defeat a global elite of child. We shall see if, because you know when you see this name, it's like, oh no, they're working to defeat it. But you know, there's always a facet of it that's not right. Period. And maybe even the whole undercurrent of it. You always got the good and the out front in public doing right, and then you always have them dirty low down dogs who playing the game to master people's flesh, to be masters according to the flesh, and it's just all to it. Let me continue reading. Y'all know I'm not concerned about timing because I go back and watch this myself, and so when I have no one else to reason with or listen to, I love listening to me because it's like, girl, you be up on it. I know, girl, be up on that. Pat your own self on the shoulder, child. Yes. Some interesting stuff. Why didn't you go deeper? Well, you know, I have some subscribers that maybe can't retain this long. It is what it is, but that's okay. I have no problem. Okay, anyway. Okay, so it says, let me skip. I'm not skipping, I'm saying let me go to the right portion of it. So she says in several videos, blah blah blah. While there she died 13 times, experienced many comas, and underwent surgeries. She claims this satanic cabal was run out of Medway Village Church in her hometown. So when she says she died 13 times, it almost reminds me of what Wes Oye says about him being cloned, and this other young fellow was talking about the Queen Elizabeth, how they would torment them, and he got fed up with being afraid of being tortured, and so once they couldn't get that fear from him, they didn't want him anymore because they couldn't get the loosh, or is it the well, I think the adrenochrome is something else. I try to do my part and be positive and be focused on changing my community and believing and knowing that others will do their part. You can't, everybody got to do their part, that's all I can say. And underwent surgeries. She claims that this satanic cabal was ran out of Melville Church. So let's look at this church right quick. I know y'all probably thought I wasn't going to do it. I know y'all probably thought I wasn't going to be doing it, but oh girl going to do it. Oh yes I am. Okay. Melville Church, Massachusetts. This is the church. See outside the church. Don't do it. I'm going to do it. Yes, I will. Yeah. And I would be surprised. You know, we have a lot. We've had resets. This is young fella. he was maybe, I think, a senior in college in Massachusetts, and he was like, the earth has been reset. Him and some other guys were like, hey y'all, they've reset the game, the earth, many times, and flooded it and keep certain buildings, and we don't know nothing about it. Right. Floods happen way, and destruction way more than we think, and they burn books and hide stuff way more than we think. Yeah. Okay, so this is the place. This is the place. This is the place. 25 miles per hour. Anything Pacific? State laws stop for pedestrians. Ooh, I can only imagine what's going on. What's that number in that house? Ooh, 69. Yin yang, baby. Yang the yang. I ain't gonna get y'all lights play. Oh, look at the name on the chip. Whoa, good chip. Y'all think I'm joking, but if y'all only knew what I knew about this bull crap, about when they have names and stuff like that. Look at that one. That one, the right name. You probably think, girl, gone. Y'all, I'm telling you, it'd be that basic. I'm telling you. Look at this metal around it. Wouldn't be surprised if often home. Wow, amazing. So let's see what's on the sign here. Midway Village Church. What is this on? I can't see the rest of that. Should go closer, but then I'll pass. Let's go down the road here a bit. Let's go around. Let's see. Just saying. Sometimes stuff y'all be in plain sight. Let's see what's around this building. Yes, this is me. Y'all didn't know. That's why I lost 2 or 3 other channels, because I be like really looking, and then I oops upon some stuff. And I'm like, oops, I exposed some stuff they're going to do. You know, this town right here might be on the news on CNN, MSNBC next week. Y'all be like, wait a minute, old girl talked about. Yeah. I'm laughing, but I promise you, that's how my life is. I be snooping so hard, y'all. Woo, I be snooping so hard. Parking for who? Village Street only. Valets. I'm just going taking a block if y'all wondering. It's just how I be. Y'all ride with me, ride with me. Anybody got nice cars up in here, neither. Interesting. I like this fence here. Don't get distracted by me, y'all. I like that fence. Interesting. Why these houses are so old? Eerie. Did I go past a block? If I did, I do apologize, y'all. I'm getting caught up in real estate and everything else. But you know, I'm okay with it, because a lot of times when I get clowning and caught up on stuff, it be for a point and a purpose. Okay. Don't even do it. Y'all know what I was finna do, right? I was finna literally talk. Ooh, the hell did it? Ooh, I don't see nothing. I'm like, ooh, I don't see nothing. I really was say these flowers. Look at these flowers. Okay. They don't like they being taken care of, but that's fine. What the hell going on here? Why am I being nosy and stopping here? Hope I don't see nothing. Okay. Looks like a little radio. I don't look right. Just saying. Keep it north, girl. Keep it north. Keep going north. We don't get distracted. Yeesh. Gee whiz. Oh, well, hold up. Somebody need to really get up on fixing that roof. You got no insurance? What the heck? Ooh, this kind of stuff. Yeah. See what I'm saying? Woo. them sellers and stuff. It's for the tornado. I hear you. I hear you. I hear you. That looks like opportunity. That was that look like. Look, see what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? You need. I'm done. See what I'm saying? Woo. Let's get on back up on this Hollister Street. Let's see. I'm about done, y'all. This is Memorial Day. We really got a lot of little cheap daycares around here. All right. So we saw the church, okay? And does it have a witch's hat? I can't see if it has a witch's hat at the top. Let me go down the street and then I'll look. Go down the street and then I'll look. Go down a little bit. Now I'm gonna turn around and see. Does it have a witch's hat on it? It's not quite. Just a little cap. Normally it's skinnier than that. It's like a phallus, like the Vatican. Alright, so we see her hometown. She survived through her direct relationship with the Ascended Masters, Angelic Order, and the Star Nation, who kept her in the vibration of Christ consciousness. So, the vibration of Christ consciousness, for those who don't understand, is not talking about a person like Jesus Christ. That wasn't his name. It was just saying that he had a consciousness that was aware of life, death, life. Let's go for it. According to Christ consciousness, is the potential resting point at the center of all conscious vibration. It sounds like neutrality. It is always present within us and can be manifest in every pause and activity, such as the crest or depth of a wave. To receive Christ consciousness is to be aware of it as the stillness at the heart of stillness. Christ consciousness is the potential rest point at the center of all conscious vibration. So when you hear that, just say, look, they trying to play games. They playing games. 33 hertz. Christ consciousness frequency. Interesting. You know, that 33-degree masonry. Interesting. The idea is to transcend physical existence and existence one's own divinity and God-like nature. Now, for those who watch me, you know this terminology here is too generic for me, because if you rotate it or as above it, so beneath it, you duality at 69 it. I'm hungry, y'all. It turns into, instead of G-O-D, it turns to D-O-G, dog, which ultimately is dogma. And if you rotate dogma backwards, it is am God, the unspoken I am God, which that's what dogma is, and dogma is what man has penned and edited through the eons of time. And those who write the dogma are actually the ones that are telling you that I am your God, I am your Elohim. Not that you are your own God, they are. So you have to transcend the physical existence of this body. You have to say, look, I'm more than this body. And then you have to recognize that you have your own sovereignty, your own sovereignty. I don't even like the idea of saying own divinity, because divine, divine divinity. I don't like that, because there is none in the game who are or should be aspiring to be divine. Just be. Because when you say, oh, this person is so divine, they're so godlike, they're such a guru, they're such a master, they're such a blah blah blah. I think this is what they were mad about when it was coming to her, when they were like, oh, her followers, she's a spiritual master, whatever we want to call her, whatever. It almost seemed like they were just offended at the fact that she would even consider herself to be anything more than just a regular old colon. Okay, I could talk more about the consciousness, but what's the point? It's not deep. It's simple, but everybody makes it so deep. How you doing, Bappa? You're doing great going over this article.
You
want to speak to the subscribers?
No.
No, thank you. Well, Becca says she doesn't want to speak to you guys.
Mm.
And now she's walking out like, And Rebecca's definitely one that is aware. So let's see here. Let's continue. I have nothing but time, people. Nothing but time. There are things I could be doing, but this is part of retainment. Okay? So it goes on to say she survived through her direct relationship with the Ascended Masters. She can claim that. No one can say she didn't, you know what I'm saying? Because of the Christ consciousness. Because she probably said it was nothing but grace and mercy that pulled her through, you know? And the preface of her book, The Sophia Code, she describes the ordeal. I was groomed to be inducted at the age of 3 into a child rape slave trade for an elite ruling class whose network crossed 6 state lines. This slave trade exchanged child trafficking for political power, real estate, and millions of dollars, as well as supplying child slaves for the highest tier of Masonic ceremonies, a satanic ritual rape, and torture in the United States. This elite network includes politicians, military officers, wealthy businessmen, as well as an entire system of medical professionals. Don't get me upset, because you just always wonder why they are so. You'll see my video with the orthodontist guy just scheduling too many people in and being inconsiderate, who believe that raping children provide them with a vital life force for achieving immortality, remaining in power, and ensuring the future of their generational rule. So the only thing in this section here that I would want to go and look at is, let's look at, I want to look at this whole thing here, okay? And let's see what we can pull from it. Okay, let's look at some images. So they're talking about the transatlantic slaves. So nothing new there, nothing new there, nothing new. So when people say this kind of stuff didn't occur, they were even having people do incest to make money. So there are some sad souls, but that doesn't mean that everybody that's part of QAnon, everybody that's part of the Democrats, everybody that's part of the Republican, Independent, those who are supporting Kennedy, that doesn't mean all the people are the same. It just means that there are always people that are taking opportunities to take advantage of those children and young adults who parents are greedy and are blind. Because some parents are just blind. They just say, oh, go to the. I remember some years back, these parents allowed their children to walk to the park that was like 5 or 6 blocks away, and they wouldn't go to get them. In fact, you were really trying to get your child swiped. And then the news anchor was saying that it was okay. I say, sit down, clone. Sit down. Sit down. Sit down somewhere. You know not to leave your child to walk the street by themselves. Crazy. I don't care if it's a sidewalk or not. Trafficking in person report 2021. So let's do 2022. So it happens. So the sex trafficking thing that she's saying happens. It happens. U.S. Embassy. It happens. It says on July 19th, the Department of State released in 2022 Trafficking in Person Tip Report, the most comprehensive global resource of governmental anti-trafficking efforts and United States principal diplomatic and diagnostic tool to guide international governments on combating human trafficking. So when people say, this ain't trafficking, be quiet and listen. Be quiet. Be quiet and listen. Or just admit you don't care until it's your child. If Exactly. So it says here, Secretary of State Anthony J. Blinken, and now is he still Secretary of State? Is Blinken still Secretary of State? I decoded his name in gematria, and this guy's name equaled death. Death. 9/11 kind of stuff. Woo! Anyway, so let's not say this is just, theatrics. It's not. It's been happening. It happens to all types of people, male and female. Seafood slavery. Wow. I've never heard of this one. What is this? Human trafficking and international fishing industry. Recent media investigations have revealed regular use of forced labor in the international seafood supply chain. Here's how the U.S. government and the private sector should respond to curtail these abuses. This is way in 2016. So these people really are going through. This is not, it just started. It says the United States imported more than $34 billion in seafood products in 2015, most of which was supplied by a handful of major seafood exporters: China, Thailand, Vietnam, Indonesia, Canada, and Ecuador. Most of these exporting nations lack the management standards that have made the United States an international leader in sustainable fishery management. You can brag all you want in the United States, but at the end of the conversation, still mercury in the fish. But I do hate that it takes effort to see yourself through and away from the chaos that comes in trafficking. That's why I am very, 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 very determined and see through that all the children that come out this body, though I don't own them, they come through me, none of them will be sex trafficking. None. No, not one. Not one, baby, not one. Even in the school system, I can tell that this kind of stuff is going on. A lot of parents are pulling their kids out of these corrupt school systems because it's just indoctrination. And then they give us a map here of global investigative journalism network of what? The mafia. What is this? Kleptocracies? Literally, you can't make this stuff up. Countries that essentially operate as criminal cartels and run affairs of state much as a criminal syndicate runs rackets. Organized crime is just what it is. And it goes and says, each one of the covering a different topic such as criminal finances, narcotics, antiquities, trafficking, human trafficking, cyber crimes, environmental crime. That's why if you do not master your reality, people will have you walk yourself right onto a ship. People convince you that your life is worth nothing. People tell you all of this is fake. You don't have to believe it. Oh, the world is a good place. I hear you. Your place can be a good place, but that doesn't mean these people's place always good. Cocaine trafficking. Look at all this cocaine. Cocaine trafficking. Then they got main source region. High homicide rates linked to cocaine trafficking. Mexico. Then we got areas of instability with presence of UN peace mission. Ooh, all in Africa and the Caribbean. India. Conflict resulted in 25 to 1,000 battle deaths in 2008. I said 1,000 because they said 999. Conflict results in 1,000 or more battles and death. That's weird. That's isn't that gold? Yeah. I'm just confirming. Nothing new on the heavens, people. Nothing new on the heavens. Nothing new on the dome. Does this make me angry? No. Doesn't make me angry. Because jury was doing this. And they're saying, ain't that the bandit? Ain't that the bandit? Sit down somewhere. That's why they crying and hollering, because I guess more or less they are concerned that they don't want to be done the way they did. Well, they weren't put on ships, but they were. Hitler was a Jew, but he was a bastard child Jew, and so sometimes that's why sometimes kids do what they do. Wow, that's depicted very well. But nobody owes me anything. Just move out my way. Thank you very much. Okay, so let's see. The highest tiers of Masonic ceremonies. So let's do this part, because I'm gonna put like 1, 2, 3. I used to do a video on this all the time. The dome, going above the dome of this shrine. Let's see, geometry, God, the G spot where babies come from. Just open your eyes. Do all these ceremonies, and this is what the lady reminded me of in the doctor's office. This kind of energy, the secret ceremonies. They had skulls on either side of the. I might need to tell. I'm gonna tell my doctor I need another orthodontist, because it just dawned on me that this is what I picked up. She's full of pride. Interesting. I think I know her. Who is this person? She is. Grand Master most worshipful brother. Deputy Grand Master, worshipful brother. Deputy Grand Master. Brother. Interesting. She got that towel on, don't you? Interesting. Interesting. Royal Arch of England. Interesting. I know these was Anunnakis. Interesting. You always want to make sure you're not getting yourself locked into another game just because someone or something presents itself as useful for you. It may just be useful to get you out of one game and lock you in another game. And I would say that to Kira. Be mindful to in your quest to be complete in yourself, just understand the locking in. Be mindful, because we're still under a dome, and no one can get anyone out the dome if we to get out the dome. going within to go without is to me the notion that should occur. Scots Masons Lodge, Devil Temple Bar, A B C D E F G H I J, A B C D E F G H I J. That's 10, 10, 5, 25. 10 and 10 is the house of death twice. Then you got a 5 is the half of the house of death. Y'all just look as I'm looking. Cause you know, y'all know I am. The one that Obama was part of is the was it Prince Night Lodge? That's right. Isn't it strange that ultimately I'm looking at this? You got the 32, 33 youth groups, the Malay, the Rainbow Girls. Y'all hate to think about the Rainbow Coalition or the Rainbow Mafia. Is that the same thing? Rainbow Mafia, the Baphomet agenda with the Rainbow Mafia that Obama definitely encouraged more than any other president. Job's daughters of now. That's what I'm saying. Be very mindful to not gorge in ancient things, though the ancient things may seem like they're what you're supposed to lock yourself into. I think knowing that they exist suffices. I know for a fact that everything that I need or know or whatever know, I already know. Everything I ever need, I already have. So there's no reaching for a savior or assistance. But there are people who do reach for assistance because they've been bellowed out. You know what I'm saying? So I would say to slowly, kindly let them know that you're grateful for the love and care they've given, and you want to stand now as an individual. You're not asking for permission, you're just saying, because groupthink works better when everyone's standing in their own sovereignty, for real sovereignty, and doing what they need to do to liberate themselves from the dome in their mind. Because I do believe the dome in our mind is what's holding us. I'm going deep today. To remind me of Russia, reminds me of QAnon. So let's say you see all of these same symbols and stuff and you're into something new, but then you find yourself seeing the same symbols. You have to really question, am I in anything any different, or have I just been delivered from super chaos? Super chaos. Can I open this up? Can I have it? Simplest than y'all. Goodness gracious, great balls of fire. Well, we know who this is. The greatest of all time. Gino, like a squirrel in the middle of him. See that? See that, y'all? See that? See that? Remember earlier? Be mindful. Be mindful. See? One laying sideways over there. As far as splicing that's been going on through the eons of time. And you got, what the heck? Crafting. What are these called? Interesting. What is this? If I see something interesting, y'all know I'll stop. But y'all know I'm being nosy right now. See, to me, when I see this as someone trying to lock in you, lock in your third, lock in your awareness to their awareness, lock you into the group mindset, and say being part of the group is awesome. Groupthink is awesome, and it's not. It's not. Stand in you. And if you stand in you, you don't have to worry about access. Just like a Ouija board. Sandwich, bar, and social club. Like a Ouija board. Wow. Interesting. I'm not surprised, I'm just saying. I'm not surprised, I'm just saying. You know? Alright, let's get off this. This elite network includes politicians. So we looked at politicians. Would we find these politicians' names in lodges? So let's just try one politician. Let's say his name is Barack Obama. I know that's not his real name, but anyway, it don't matter. That's what his name. Obama Lodge. He belongs to the what is it? Prince Lodge or something like that. Let's see. I suppose his name wrong because it's really not important. Just show me the pictures of the man in the lodge. Y'all know he been there. Don't even try me. Okay, what is his lodge called? And I don't want to go to his what is it called? His Wikipedia. If I have to, I will. Let's see. Did I spell his name right? Is that how you spell his name? I thought he had a K in his name. Let's see. Yeah, I got a K in his name. Not two R's getting there. Anyway. Y'all see I'm climbing right. Barack. Did I spell Obama right? Prince Lodge. Do I need to remove Prince and just put Lodge? Part of Lodge. Because I know they haven't removed this off here. That would just be ghetto. They better not even try me. I know they're not going to try like he's not part of a lodge. And I'm seeing his whole flyer and everything. Don't even try me. Thank you very much. Interesting. 32nd. I'm sure he's 33 now. Masonic inaugural ball in honor of the 44th death at the door, because that's what 44 means in gematria. 44 means death at the door. I did dream that he died, but the Red Cross with the ambulance with the Red Cross came and got him. That could have possibly been a clone. 44th President of the United States, Barack Obama. Yeah, sponsored by William R. Singleton, Hope, Lebanon, Lodge number 7, Washington, D.C. Where's the Prince Hall Lodge he's part of? Do I need to look that up? Oh, here you go. Okay. Just saying. Because I know what I'm talking about. I know what I be talking about. Come on. Don't believe me. Don't even try me. Among colored missings. So sad. So look at all you see. Let's look at this one right quick. Hand over your mouth like you're keeping a secret. Hands clasped. Touching your chin. Touching your bottom lip with your finger. Putting your hand in your jacket. Touch your eyebrow like you got dandruff on your eyebrow. Ooh, y'all my hotness. My cousin had on a ring that looked like this. His ring almost got took off his finger at the family gathering. Everybody looked like we could care less. He left after a while because we were like, nope, don't even try us. You know, see what you're in that crap for anyway. Like you can't do something on your own. Social orders, women's orders. I had belonged to a church in my late 20s, early 30s that had a lot of Eastern Stars in it, like a lot. And even the pastor was a Mason. And I was cleaning his desk out one time and saw his apron. And I knew then why I didn't fit in. Professional clubs. This is interesting. Let's look at this now. I'm never seen this. Let's look at the image. I'm gonna look at this image. Look at the image, girl. Let's see here. Professional clubs. Youth orders. Look at that rainbow. These people that's marching with they half their clothes off and they saying I'm a rainbow, I'm a llama, I'm a man, but I know I'm a woman, but I don't know who I am, and my hair purple. Blah, 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 blah. These people be part of masonry. These just the buffoons of it, I guess. I don't know. Or the ones that just the foot soldiers. Yeah. All things are foot soldiers. Okay. Job's daughter again. Who is this? Scottish Freemasonry. Social orders. Women's Eastern Stars. And all the orders that are at the fraternity and sororities at college, that part is crap too. I mean, these people got the right to gather up, group think, and be part of a group. They have a right to do this. But I don't even know if they understand that they'll never get out of the number 8 wheel. They'll never get out of the confining wheel of debauchery. And why is it debauchery? Because you're left with the notion that you have no self-determination and worth. You think, oh, well, I'm determined because I'm getting part of the group. No, you're putting yourself underneath someone else's power and authority. And you're not standing on your own sovereignty. And I know it sounds sweet and kind and gentle. And it sounds like something everybody should be about doing because it just seems so humbling. Humble is the way. Humility is the way. But I'm telling you, if you're doing it, stop doing it. And if you haven't done it, don't do it. It's literally lawlessness when you set yourself underneath someone else's voice, under someone else's authority, under someone else's tutelage. All you need, it resides within you. That's why I do not judge her, and I do not judge her brother. All I'm taking is observation of the fact that what she's saying does make sense. And what he's saying is, for him, he didn't go through what she went through. He's a male, she's a female. And maybe there are other things the youth orders go through that the female orders don't. Who knows? You know? Who knows? York Rite Freemasonry. They look like TBN right there. Praise the Lord. Let's see here. Father York Rite bodies. Invitational orders. And you wonder why the whole world jacked up. And we wonder why. That's why. This is like the darn Pentagon right there. It's so many things trying to lock us into buffoonerism. Into buffoonerism. Right here. Buffoonery. Look at the bottom down there. The cube. You got the Muslims walking around a black cube, and you got the Jews got the black cube on their forehead. You think that's a different cube, baby? That's not a different cube. You think that's a different power, baby? That's not a different power. No one's even considering. Maybe they need to spend time walking around their dark hearts and getting their hearts right. And
And initially, I think people do need, they do need help. I'm not going to say they don't. But when you hear someone say, family, you hear someone say, come up out. Come up out. It means it's time to come up out. But they're the ones that protect me. No, you can protect yourself. You can laugh at the game. I do it all the time. I laugh at the game. You know, I laugh at the game. I question, okay, so what is the fear here? Let's talk about what's the fear here. You know, sometimes just the unknown, you know, which is silly to fear, but, you know. So that go Enlil's name, Yahweh. And W, of course, W-Q-R-S-T-U. You come before W, so it'll be you first, so that would be Yahuwah. But that doesn't mean that Yahuwah is gentle and kind. Are you Enlil? Not all the time, he's not. Or Inky, the serpent. We don't know which one's the dragon. Remind me of never ending story. There's never ending story. I can't get over it. That circle thing right there, the yellow. It's just so much connected. Interesting. Okay, so we see Barack. Y'all saw I knew what I was talking about. I be knowing. I be knowing. What this is. Hang on, you go into that. Stay focused here. Stay focused. And you know, Obama calling Michelle Michael. I just think Michelle's a hermaphrodite, and some people say that she's a tranny or he's a tranny or whatever. I just think it's a hermaphrodite. Not that I'm being, no, I just really do. And it just seems more logical for it to be that way, even though I know Obama's bisexual. Jeez. Good baby. She got stage in it? Interesting. I'm not going to look into it. I can't go that route. Alright, let's see. Move forward. Okay. So in the preface of her book, The Sophia Code, she describes the ordeal. I was groomed to be inducted at the age of 3 into a child rape slave trade for the elite ruling class whose network crossed 6 state lines. This slave trade exchanged child trafficking for political power, real estate. No, y'all heard me read that, so let's move on. Thank you very much. Y'all not gonna make me read this. Y'all know I'm tired. So it says, Colleen, now Kaia, also claims that her parents were installed by this military-run cabal, and at her birth, mother was named, and that her birth mother was named Constance. I never met my mother, Kaia writes in a Facebook post. I was taken from Constance and sent to military handlers that were my family as soon as I was born. She was murdered shortly thereafter in military programs that I survived through the grace of Sophia. So, does it sound awkward? No, it really don't. I heard another female. I got a video of her. She's one of my first videos, and she talks way and more in depth to let you know this stuff happens. Okay, so she says this is December 10th, 2018. Today is the day I found out the truth about my biological mother, the one that I never met in person because she was at 15, and the same human trafficking military program that I was inducted into at birth. You remember now, the mafia, trafficking mafia, evidently has a lot to do with the governance of this country. Upon my earthly arrival, I was placed in the program of my handler parents and her womb became a distant dream that I would slowly begin to remember over the past 3 months. I am integrating the shock of her murder, and I am on holy fire with a renewed sense of peace. Staring at my birth certificate has a whole new meaning for me today. Liberation from the legacy of Project Paperclip lies that were tortured into my body day after day. Project Paperclip, y'all know that's something that we know exists, so we're not gonna act like that don't exist. Um, okay, yeah, someone's trying to purchase an item from me right in the middle of me doing the video. Okay, so we have her birth certificate. David told me there is no constants. There was never any Satanism or abuse. Our parents are awesome. He's speaking from his reality that I guarantee you, from his experience, he probably did really have an awesome experience. My mother is the sweetest woman I ever met. And remember, when you've gone through torment and all that, you can have a split. You can be split, like Beyonce is split. Yeah, and like a lot of people in Tony Braxton's family have splits. My mother, okay, everyone loved her growing up. She was a high school nurse. That don't mean anything right here. These school stuff is a trip. Kara's father has run a popular, he says, okay, maybe the writer's saying this, has run a popular general contracting and home remodeling business in the area for at least 40. That doesn't mean anything because our organ player at church had an arcade and he was ultimately found out to be gay. And he was like 50 something, 60 something at the time when I was like maybe 15 or 16. And even my husband confirmed that that guy was a little sour. I ain't gonna say sweet because I'm sweet. I know all this satanic cabal stuff isn't true. Kara's sister told me. She grew up in the same house with Kara for 15 years. I wanted to be on her side, she said, but when we tried to get the truth, she didn't want to. That's when Kara cut her off, which is 14 years ago. I guarantee this child is. I guarantee he stares like uninvited too. I guarantee you. Just look at the girl that Prince Andrew got caught with. I'm sure it's not. Yeah, she looks different. She does look different. She actually lived my neighbor across the street. That's yeah. There was nothing made logical sense about how I was brutally raised. K-Rod's uncle was a foster parent and trained to recognize signs of abuse. I never saw abuse or black eyes or her being withdrawn, typical sign of abuse, he told me during an interview. It's not true. I took a lot of formative love psychology courses, and you don't have to see bruises, you don't have to see withdrawal. Some people's personalities just push through it. He said her parents were regular people and that Colin was a happy kid. Yeah, you can put on a smile on your face and be unhappy. After seeing the video of her claiming abuse, he said it looked like bad acting. Why did Karen move back in with her parents after leaving her first college? They were so that that's not if things were so bad, said they. That's not a good thing to say, David. She lived at home for 4 years while attending Emerson College, and our parents supported her the entire time. We don't know why. We don't know why she did that. Yeah, Kara has yet to substantiate or verify shouting allegations of satanic interview. It is simply too dangerous for people who are not ready to read this data in such blank format. She recently posted instead she is choosing a creative approach or perhaps a convenient approach to dealing with the trauma by writing a novel. This novel is for the children that were there with me did not survive, she wrote. It will also help her with immense survivor guilt she suffers from, she says. So let's see.
My journey began very young, at a very young age. The first 18 years of my life, I was this is harder than I thought. The first 18 years of my life, I survived systemic rape and torture, which led to experiencing multiple near-death experiences. To date, I've been able to count at least 13 that occurred before the age of 16 years old. And in those near-death experiences, I was brought into the light, I returned to the light from which we come, and I was given teachings and instructions from wonderful beings of light and love that prepared me for my life mission here today. For the first 18 years of my life, I was systemically and ritually tortured and raped. I was trafficked in a child rape sanctuary that spanned across six states, across New England and into Washington, D.C. Women that were trafficking us were very high-level politicians, celebrities, people of power. We were being traded for real estate, political power. These men and women were quite suffering. They believed that the rape and torture of children would mean that they could steal the innocence of the children and live forever if they took that which was in the child. So my first near-death experience happened in New Hampshire during these experiences, and at the age of 4. And that was the first of many. I witnessed many children die as a child that were not as fortunate as I was to be able to make it through the atrocities that had occurred. Many of these children were all part of the church, which is all done in the name of God and country. To really begin my journey of being an oracle, it really begins at the beginning of my life. In the preface of the Sophia Code, I write about surviving 18 years of atrocities. I was born into multiple military programs, and many of them were for psychic development and exploitation, as well as child rape trafficking and satanic ritual abuse. And amazingly, I survived these programs. And
okay, so is she saying something outlandish that doesn't occur? No, she's not. It doesn't matter whether it happened to her or it happened to somebody else. The fact is, it happens. So I can't say, hey, this doesn't make sense. You know what I'm saying? It's like you can't say, oh, that doesn't happen. Because you know horrible things happen at the church. Horrible things happen inside the White House. You know, they found drugs at the White House and and all kind of orgies and everything else. Okay, anyway, we're in a golden age of online charismatic influence. Author and cult researcher Matthew Rimsky told me. He's a co-host of a conspirituality podcast that explores the intersection of spirituality and conspiracies. Lockdowns have trapped vulnerable people in front of their screens and would-be messiahs like Kaia using inflammatory QAnon-related content in a competition for followers. The outlandish story has served as garnered Kaia's immersed sympathy from her followers and bolstered her claim to be a divine article. I think she's claimed to be a divine article based on the assistance she gets, actually. We were best friends until she started acting crazy. David said, that's her brother, right? Interesting. Something happened. She was in her early 20s when he first noticed the shift. She robbed my apartment, was doing a bunch of drugs. One afternoon, she got a call from an Oakland detective saying Kay was being investigated. David recalled it was about her convincing old people on their deathbed to sign over their property and take their money, as she treated them with Rocky. Kayla's sister also received a call from the same detective. The police had received several complaints. He said, I feel bad for her, but I feel worse for the people she's hurting. Kara's sister told me, it's destroyed the family. She said, we are all wondering what really happened to Colin and why did they have to go to this extent. She's a very smart person. She could have made a lot of money with all of this. Our personal relationship with her have been so hurt. David told me she has sold our name and our parents, and she's taking people's money that she shouldn't be taking. I think she's a dangerous person. Okay, so the family's saying that it's the love of money or the love of Bitcoin. Everybody got a side to the story, but what I will say is this: do not downplay the 88,000 children that are missing in sex trafficking 2024, 2023. The reason why our story has so much substance is because the stuff really is happening. She says a DNA helix of 2 significant then appeared. Interesting. So they're complaining, saying that every self-made guru needs a dramatic origin story. Everybody has a story. And everyone has a right to have a story, you know? Because it's a story. A truthful story or a lie is based off the person's reality. And of course, people are going to criticize people that say that they have knowledge. Of course. You're supposed to be underneath somebody else. You're supposed to be underneath the Vatican, the Pope, the pastor, the bishop, the government. You're never supposed to stand in your own sovereignty. The only thing that I would say about Kay is, when I first saw her, is she is running after youth again. She's running after her youth. And I would say, just be you. Don't run after you. Alright, like, subscribe to the bell, and thanks for watching.